I'm the first one.
What do you mean you're the first one?
I was recording before anyone else was.
I've been recording for 2 minutes.
Well,
actually, 1 minute and 7.
Editor, I guess
2
Nick,
minutes recording time.
When you sync this up, can you let us know who actually did in fact record first?
We'll find out.
It's definitely Gavin because I started 5 seconds prior. I didn't know he's recording 2 minutes.
What's
there
your
wasn't
timer
even
right
2
now?
minutes.
What's your timer?
What's my timer right now? Give me a second. Let me.
32 seconds.
Don't stop.
42, 44, 45.
Yeah, I'm a minute
46.
33. You loser!
Good for you. You know what they say? First the worst, second the best. Just throwing that out there. So think about that.
We're not playground
Process
era.
that. We're in our playground era. What an unfortunate transition of eras. On paper, that does not look great.
Oh, come into the playground? Oh,
No.
All right,
We
so
left
we
that behind.
start here. Go ahead, Geoff.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Face Podcast. This is episode 202. It is our 201st episode, and we are so excited to be presenting our special brand of comedy and friendship to you. My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton and Gavin Free. Fellas, start entertaining.
do you know what made me excited the other day?
What? Who?
I was talking to Nick in real life, and I made him laugh.
Oh my God.
And the real life laugh hits different.
What?
I'd assume it's the exact same.
I mean, it is. But I was just like, wow, I'm witnessing it live.
Wow.
It's different. It's different. It's different in the you feel it differently when you're in the same room.
Interesting.
I've never made Nick laugh in person.
What?
That's life goals. Something to try. Okay, never mind. Nick said no.
What are you talking about? Have you ever been in a room with me? Come on.
We were hanging out at the company's ending party, briefly.
There's an ending party for the company?
I don't know what it was. It was just I got a calendar invite that everyone was going to be at Easy Tiger, so I just went along.
How was it? Was it nice?
Yeah. Well, it was like a lot of the same.
Was the ending party nice?
It was a lot of the same conversations.
Yeah.
You know, like you see someone, it's like, oh, how's it going? And everyone's like, yeah, dog shit. The world's ending, dog shit.
Who is
But then-
the event organizer? David Duke? Like what? This sounds like a terrible party.
Interesting choice for event organizer.
I also
David
met a
Duke.
bunch of people, and I spoke to them for the first time
Is
at
that
their
not
last
his
thing the
name?
company's doing.
Who's David Duke?
David Duke was a racist politician from Louisiana. I believe.
No.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
not
know
who
why
meant.
you threw. I was
He
gonna
like the
just,
head
let
of the.
it
I think he
slide.
was the
Like,
head of
why
the
did-
Ku Klux Klan for a while.
Oh, yeah, I just
David
carried on because I don't know who that is.
Jones? David Jones is who I meant, right?
Who the fuck is David Jones? Davy
Okay,
Jones
no,
is from the Davy Jones' Locker,
No.
or Davy Jones from the Monkey,
Who's the Jonestown
David
guy?
Jones, the locker guy.
the Locker guy, or the guy from the Monkeys.
What was the Jonestown guy's name?
Jim Jones?
Jim
Jim
Jones.
Jones. There we go. That's who I meant.
But you started it, David Duke?
I think that I went into the evil man folder in my brain, and that's what came out first.
So Sigourney Weaver started a party.
It's the illiterate thing, right? Because it's David
Yeah.
Duke, Jim
Ugh.
Jones. He was getting caught up on the same letter,
yeah.
first name, last name thing. Maybe.
Once we realized there was a problem, I went, well, I know it's Jonestown, so it has to be a Jones last name. And then we carried on from there. Let's run that back. Let's do Fluke Face. So you had an end party, and it was hosted by Jim Jones?
That was perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, I practiced. That was a little
Oh
rehearsal.
man, I was talking about this a little bit in my So All Right podcast that I recorded today, where it's so weird because the company, everything's ending and wrapping up, but for like 2 months. So it's like the most prolonged series of goodbyes ever. Does anybody else feel that way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like every time I talk to somebody, I feel like it's just continuing the same long conversation that's just kind of always happening. And I don't know, it's the weirdest thing to sit in, and just like we got another like 5 weeks of it or 4 weeks of it ahead of us, you know? We've already been doing it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I keep having like a really good time with people that I've never met before. And I'm like, man, where were they the whole time? But it really was, where was I the whole time?
Trying to hang out with you, but you were reclusive.
Oh man. Death party.
Jesus.
Sounds terrible.
It was just a happy hour. Yeah. Like, it was just a thing to get together to be
well,
like, Gracie,
why did he call it a death party?
Why? It's Gavin. You're never going to get that answered. I don't know.
Did I call it a death party?
You definitely did.
I don't think I did.
And by that, I'm once again established I'm not a reliable narrator when I say that. But you absolutely did. Roll the tape.
You called it an ending. Rooster Teeth's ending party. Andrew brought in cults and racist politicians for some reason.
Yeah.
I say this lovingly, but I think the British Jackal is going to have a clip next week, and I'm ready for it. I have a feeling.
Call him the British Jackal?
I just called him the British Jackal. I don't know why.
I'm sick. That's so cool. That's the coolest nickname. The British Jackal? It makes him sound like he wears sunglasses all the time. That's so awesome. Oh, I love the British Jackal.
The British Jackal could be a wrestler. He could be an international man of mystery. He could be a spy. It applies to a lot of things. It's pretty wide open. I would jump on that if I were you, Gav.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah!
What the
Who else would I be talking about?
Who the fuck else is oh my God!
What are you talking? You think he was talking about Gracie? What are you talking about?
He's just been saying names for the last 5 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Graysie the British Jackal. Yep, that's it.
I don't know what day it is.
When I see that screenshot on this call, I think British Jackal. They've done it again.
It's becoming clear to me in recording these back-to-back episodes that Andrew and Gavin are diminishing around us, in front of us. I'm starting to get a little worried about you two because we need to start a new thing together, and you guys are twisting in the wind right now.
Well, you gotta break the old thing. The foundation is cracked, and we just are gonna break it more until we build.
No, I just got it jacked up in 1.14 inches or whatever. The foundation's fine.
Jacked up 1.4 inches. Oh God. Cum era once again.
1.1.
Wait, what? What? That was a cum shoehorn.
This is going to go down as our weirdest start to an episode. It is so... Andrew, are you okay?
I said, listen, we talked about a jizzle, and you brought it to the cum era, and Geoff's over here talking about jacking his 1.4, and that's a stretch for cum? Get out of here.
That is a stretch for cum.
No, it's not. He's jacking away at his 1.4.
What's 1.4?
His
dick. It was 1.14.
That's the tiniest dick in the world.
All right, it's my dick. You've seen my dick, Gavin. You've seen my dick a bunch. It's perfectly fine. It's a totally fine dick.
Stop. The British Jackal's here, and she's going to get mad.
Gracie, congratulations on being on the new nickname. I'm jealous, honestly. I wish somebody would call me the British Jackal.
Weren't you Metal Snake?
Yeah.
Wow, Metal Snake to British Jackal?
I've really, elevated.
Would you even know how that came about, Gracie? Like, say we were at the death party that just happened, and and you were like, "Hey, I'm British Jackal." I'd be like, "Oh, how'd you get that name?"
No.
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
What are you saying?
What is anyone saying?
No, what was the point of your story?
It wasn't a story. It was a scenario where I was like, can you even explain that back to its origin?
No, but it's different. Okay, I see.
I mean, it did just happen in front of you right now, Gracie. I would.
Right, but like talking to a third party, no, wouldn't even bother.
He's like, how does anybody get a nickname? Well, I don't know.
Exactly. Why is it your business?
I'll tell you the first thing a British Jackal doesn't do. It's justify their name to you.
Never going to explain himself.
I felt like the British part really narrowed it into who I was talking about, and I felt saying,
what am I, the only British person?
On this show, yes!
Yeah, you're kind of the British kind of like he's the Canadian, I'm the American, you're the Brit. It's kind of our thing for 202,
yeah,
201
but you've
episodes.
talked about other British people?
Yeah, but I said, I think the British Jackal's going to have a clip for next week. You're always bringing clips up. No one else is doing the clips. You're a clips man.
Oh, okay.
You got a lot of clips.
So we had almost 201 episodes of material in us, is what I'm learning.
God damn it, we're just so goddamn stupid.
Turns out Warner Brothers knew what they were doing. They timed it almost perfectly.
I'll be honest with you. I had the weirdest night's sleep of my entire life. I woke up from a nightmare exactly every hour from like 11 until 4.
Same nightmare?
No, different nightmares.
Okay.
It was always like the time and 50 minutes. And I somehow pissed like a full bladder every single time. I don't know where all this liquid was coming from.
So how many hours or how many times did you wake up then? Did you sleep for 8 hours? Was it 8 hours of pee and nightmares?
Well, it took me a while to get back to sleep each time. So I'd say it was maybe combined, it was like 5 or 6 hours.
Wow.
Did the 5 or 6 nightmares, could you string them together into some sort of a narrative, or were they all completely separate?
That was a question for you, Gavin, just so you know.
My computer cut out. Hang on. I bet
Let me
that's
answer on
flipped
his
my audio
behalf.
file. Can you not hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Audacity is a blank white screen.
Oh, who's recording first now, motherfucker? Lead. Eat my dust.
Hang on. Is it going to pull through? Is it going to pull through? Come on.
Oh, please.
Come on now.
Look at these.
Stop saying
How
that.
does this happen? Don't you have like the most powerful equipment of all of us?
Test.
Oh, he can't even.
Yes.
I'm talking to no one.
No, I was listening. I was trying to get my waveform. Yeah, I guess I could have just answered the question instead of saying that.
But then the waveform wouldn't have known you were
Dude.
testing.
I think we're good. I think there may be some slippage there in the edit. but I
Where's
think
your
we're good.
waveform right now? What timer?
Oh, that's a good question.
Where you at?
13 minutes.
Fuck! You've gotten further ahead somehow.
How? I'm at 12:15. He was a minute and a half ahead of me before.
Fuck! I'm slowing
losing
down. What
We're
is
all
happening?
I think we're all experiencing time drift.
I think it's possible.
Dude, speaking of that, they're onto me with the backwards robocalls. Haven't had another one. I think they were worried I was going to record one. And they've stopped doing them.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
They stopped those. I still haven't gotten anything like that. I've been anticipating a weird call of some kind because you both have been getting them.
All my fun is over. Nobody has called me and tried to sell me anything since
That's too bad.
since like that 3 or 4, which I'm a little bummed about.
I have a very odd question, but it's tied to sleep. I had a weird dream recently that involved Eric. Eric was part of the dream. And I
Was
think
it a cum dream?
I
We're
wish.
not doing. British Jackal says no more. Come on. Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
Don't say the word.
My dream
You
was
did what?
What do you mean? What word?
Eric
Just keep
said
going.
cum.
You're fine. You're fine. Ignore Geoff.
What
Keep
word?
going. No, keep going.
Eric said come on, so let's come on.
Okay. I'm jacking my 1.1 as I tell the story.
Andrew, please come on.
I was dreaming that I ended up somehow back in 2015, and I was trying to get back home. I was in the States. I was in a different state, but I didn't know which state. And I was in 2015, and I encountered Eric at a mall, and I remembered that we had all agreed to have a code word to indicate if any of us had ever gone back in time. But then I couldn't remember the code word. And then I realized it also hasn't happened in this timeline yet, so it's a useless code word. But I was trying to convince Eric that we actually were friends and worked together in the future, and he was having none of it. It was not a convincing conversation with him.
Did he not know who you were in 2015?
Had
No.
no idea, and also still don't really know what he looks like. So, you know, none of this is going to help.
I knew what Eric looked like, but there's
Right,
actually
not concerned about it going that way. It's just sort of the reciprocation.
there's a funny story of Geoff explaining the chicken dinner challenge on an episode of Sports Ball that Eric is on, and Eric has no idea who I am, and it's funny to watch none in this context. But my question is there anything a person could say that could convince you that they were a time traveler?
Yes.
They just approached you. Interesting.
And also, can I just say, really weirdly, it just kind of freaked me out. When you were relaying your dream just now, I got so much deja vu. It felt so familiar, like I've had a very, like maybe not the same dream, but a very similar dream. It really creeped me out for a second.
Oh.
That was
so you're
really
saying
weird.
we can only have a code word for if we go back in time to after this point.
Yeah, like a code word would only work to that point. And I was before that point.
So we need to settle on the code word.
Well, I think I was just curious if we had something, and I'd assume it would have to be from your childhood, like a word or like a phrase that would be like, oh, wow. That's
Oklahoma.
This person.
Now,
Yeah.
it's got to be more rattlesnake shampoo. It's got to be something that doesn't make any sense. Apocalypse Hoboken.
I like that. That's
I
a
mean,
great
it would
band
be
name.
it would be British Jackal, but I feel like we've said it so many times in this
Yeah,
episode.
it's already-
It can't be British Jackal.
Well, also, Gracie's assumed the identity now, too. So.
It's true. Yeah.
The problem would be I'd say British Jackal, and then 9 years later, Eric would be like, that guy in the mall.
Oh my
was-
god.
What
Oh my
the
god.
fuck?
At the mall, the British Jackal.
Speaking of the mall, you remember a while back, I came up with the idea for us to do that mall game. And we were
Yeah.
just like, we were starting to get into a bit of a mall era. I feel like we put our toes in it, but we never fully dove in yet. You know, I say yet because the future is obviously unwritten. One of the ideas I had when bouncing around was that we could all get mall jobs for a month or so and just and then hang out and take our breaks together and stuff. Well, my calendar just cleared up. I was thinking, what's to stop us all from working at the mall now? We really could.
I wanted to live in a mall.
Dude.
I wanted to find a place where you could live. They're like, because there's restrictions in most states and or provinces for like zoning laws. I'd love to find one where it would be legal to live in a mall. Just rent out a mall space.
There have been a lot of those stories on Reddit lately where like I read two different ones. One where this group of friends built a apartment on top of a parking garage for years. They got away with it in like Philadelphia or somewhere. And then the other one was this dude, I think he was a criminal. He ended up going to jail for stuff, but he built an apartment behind like a stairwell in a mall and lived there for a couple years and would come out at night and fuck around and then go back in the daytime. Got away with it for years.
Yeah, I've heard of people living in like fully boxed off rooms between rooms at the mall.
Yeah.
There's just no doors to them. You have to like cut your way in.
You have like 8 malls in a row, right, Andrew? So you got to take your pick.
Oh, well, yeah, they're in a line. I could do that, like a low stakes inside man. I'm just between a Subway and a Japanese fast food place in the food court. I could do that.
What is
Just
Japanese
live in the
fast
wall.
food?
I like Edo Japan for Canada, like the mall Japanese place.
We used to have a place called Zen that advertised itself as Japanese fast food on South Congress. It was okay. It was like bowls.
I feel like every mall cafeteria has that Asian place in it. Like, I feel like that's part of the experience.
Man, when I was at our mall the other day walking around, which by the way, still back, still kicking it, really looking forward to us all working there soon. I saw that there's a new Philly cheesesteak place in our mall. I don't remember what it was
Really?
called, but I got pretty excited about it.
Do you think you want to eat there or work there?
Both? Why not? No, I feel like I would work at like the Hallmark store. That seems like my speed.
Do you think you would struggle with a food service job in the same way that you did in the past?
Yeah, I would have a real problem with it. I worked fast food in high school. I was a dishwasher at Sydney's Fried Chicken, right? I'm sure I've talked about that a million times, but I got promoted to front of house where I could take orders, and then I got demoted. I did that 3 times in the year and a half I worked there because every time I'd get promoted, I would make the customers uncomfortable. And so they would make me go back and wash dishes. And I was like
You always phrase it that way, but what were you actually doing? What was making them uncomfortable?
I was just fucking with them. You know, I was just having fun. I was just being me at 17. But it kept being like, yeah, the customers aren't getting it. You can't do it anymore. You got to go back. I would like argue with them, or I'd fuck with them, or I don't know. I would just be me. And it was too off-putting to the people that were trying to buy fried chicken. And so every time they would give me like a week and they'd go, yeah, you're still back. I was the lowest man on the totem pole for a year and a half. I got 3 of my friends hired at that fast food restaurant. They all went on to be paid more and have more responsibility than I did the entire time I was demoting
you.
Yeah, I was like permanently bottom rung at that. I'd still be washing dishes at that fast food restaurant today if I was trying to climb that ladder.
I say the bottom rung is the coolest. It's always
Lowest
the one
pressure.
that like the hero is hanging off in the end of the movie. What do you think your biggest childhood disappointment was? Like something like an ad you saw on TV and then you tried it and it was just gack. I've got mine.
I think I have mine.
I'm thinking. Why don't you guys go ahead of me?
Geoff?
Sunny Delight. Or Sunny D, I guess it's called. I remember thinking those ads were so cool. I remember when it came to the UK, everything was like so cool and sunny and basketball and shit. And it looked delicious. And I had some and it just tastes like water. Like orangey thin water. Rank.
Mine's not a product, it's a movie.
Ooh.
But they sold me an idea that turned out to be utter bullshit. And for me, there was this movie that came out when I was a real young kid called The Explorers. I don't know if y'all ever saw it or remember it. It had River Phoenix in it. And it was about a bunch of kids my exact age, because we were about the same age. And in their backyard, they kept getting ideas or like dreams or something about building a spaceship. And so out of like a trash can and a bunch of garbage around their neighborhood, they built a spaceship that worked and went to space. And I thought, I will be able to do this in my lifetime. And I figured out really quickly that was complete and utter bullshit, and trash cans are just trash cans. And I was so that was like one of those moments in my life where I went like, you get a dose of reality and you realize the world isn't magic.
I got mine. And I was a kid. This is me being persuaded by advertising and then being greatly disappointed at it is what it was.
You found out the house hippo wasn't real?
The house hippo was not. First of all, it is real. How dare you? Second of all, no, it has. If anything, this would be a house hippo delight. I am not a big cheese person just because growing up, milk allergy and whatnot. But I would see ads for cheese strings all the time, and I'd see kids eating them in fun ways. And I was convinced at one point that these were fucking awesome. Oh, I've seen the cover for the Explorers. I didn't know it. That's interesting. Look at how cool that cheese looks. He's riding a cheese board. He's got wacky hair. He looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then I got one finally, and I did the wacky hair thing, but then you keep pulling, and eventually you just got a whole bunch of strands of cheese, and it really loses its appeal. And it's also, for me, not something I'd really eat.
It's called cheese strings, though.
Yeah. No, it is what it is, but I was convinced by the marketing that it was a lot cooler and I have a lot more fun with it than I did.
I've just
It's just
noticed there's
sad
no
and
E
cheese.
at the end of cheese because it has to spell strings, and that's really pissing me off.
Yeah, I agree, actually. That's weird.
But I guess cheese strings wouldn't look that good.
My wife and my kid eat those things all day long. I like cheese, but I can't eat it in that format. I can't.
I was never into them. And people who eat them all cheesy string-like, you see their tongue a lot as they're like trying to dangle it down their mouth hole.
It's like trying to give a cheese stick a blowjob all day long. I don't get it.
Did they ever do like a soft cheese interior?
Oh.
Like what's that?
Like
raclette
brie on the
stuff?
inside or raclette. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like really
I
I guess it's all stringy.
It is all stringy. That's sort of the point.
You like hollow it out and fill it with ricotta and then close it.
Gracie said hers is Heelys or moon shoes. What are moon shoes again?
Oh,
They were like the shoes that were supposed to make you bounce like twice as high, but they were really
and they just didn't?
clunkers. No, they were loud, and I think you probably jumped less high with them. Yeah, those.
Yeah, those look awesome.
They didn't work.
It's less high.
No.
Like I remember in my garage, I would be banging around in there, and nothing worked.
I kind of want to test it. I kind of want to see if you can.
Yeah,
jump
I want
higher
to
or
get
not.
some moon shoes now.
No, you don't. They're terrible.
Well, now I definitely
Gracie's
want
100% right. Oh, they're not good.
Well, while I still have the card, I'll buy them.
to. Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
We can
Okay.
still use our
Yeah.
cards. Oh,
A
that's
pair
great.
for each of us.
I'm gonna until it's taken away.
Yeah, get a couple. We'll get a couple of moon shoes for us. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get everyone a pair.
But for real? though?
For content.
Why not?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
I
Take our moon boots?
don't know. I think so. They're gonna. Along
They'll
with
take
Ratty
the card,
Boy,
but we'll still have our boots.
that is a president I can get behind.
Yeah.
Vote Gracie.
I like the
There you
idea of
go.
these
That's a good platform.
moon shoes going through the company, though, and being like barcoded as property of Rooster Teeth.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than moon shoe permission.
Exactly.
It's like that scene in movies where a character goes bankrupt and the movers are like moving the things in their office while they're standing there, but with like shoes.
I always
Shoes taken off
visualize Adam Sandler diving onto the couch in Happy Gilmore as they're taking it away. They're like taking away his grandmother's shit.
You know who was taking that couch away? That was Will Sasso.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then they watch him drive the ball into the house opposite.
Yeah. The only dude we ever tried to pay money for at Achievement Hunter didn't want anything to do with us. Do you remember that? We tried to contact his agent when we did the first Let's
Did
Play
we?
Live. Yeah, we did the first Let's Play Live at the what is the Man's Chinese Theater called now? Grauman's Theater, or it's not even that. It's
I mean, why did
what is it
follow me
called?
on
Where they
Twitter?
do
Why didn't
the
we just
where they do the Academy Awards. What is that place called? Anybody? Dolby Theater? Is that
Dolby
it?
Theater?
Yeah.
We
we
were
did
there.
we did that show there live, right? And we wanted to have Will Sasso come out and do his Doobie Brothers bit, singing in the shower. We wanted to just have him do that, which was a big thing in Achievement Hunter, them singing that song. You know, the and we would always we would just brutalize it over and over and over in videos, singing it and lampooning it. And yeah, we got to his manager, I think, and pitched him and had money and everything. And he was like, nah, no, thank you. It's like, it's 2 minutes of work. And he's like,
I mean, there's no way we had enough money for him to go.
probably not. No, we had a little bit of money, not a lot of money.
That was probably my favorite Vine.
Yeah, me too. It
He
might be the only Vine I liked.
He also has an appearance in the 1996 Doctor Who movie, where the Doctor dies and he's working in the hospital, and then he regenerates and comes back to life. The Doctor in Doctor Who has had so many different deaths. Like he's been like killed by electricity or something in space. In the movie, the Doctor lands the TARDIS in LA and gets gunned down by some guy in an alley. It's like so out of place. He just gets shot with an Uzi. And then Will Sasso watches him come back to life.
That's fantastic.
But I just like the first thing that he does in the USA is get shot to death.
It's the quintessential American experience.
I recently watched. I've been watching DCOMs because they're just things I missed growing up. A lot of them, and I watched You Lucky Dog, which has one of those. They go bankrupt, and they're taking the whole thing. This is You Lucky Dog, Kirk Cameron movie, 1998. I want to say, it's really bad. It's about a guy that can like talk to his dog telepathically as a teenager, and so he's a dog therapist, but he lost the ability, so he's just conning people. But then he meets a billionaire type figure, and he reconnects with that dog, and then that guy dies, and he inherits all of his money because I guess the dog gets it. But a highlight is they tried to do they show flashbacks of him as a high school teenager, and they did not try hard to make him look like a high school teenager. That is their attempt at Kirk Cameron, who's very clearly in his late 20s trying to be 12. There's a whole bunch of scenes. Highly recommended though. Great ending. One of the worst endings to any movie I've seen. It has the dad from Fresh Prince in it. He's great. But to spoil it, it's a whole court, the final act of the movie. Them trying to prove that he's not psychotic and that he can actually talk to this dog. And he mimics the dog. And then he realizes that the dog witnessed the villains poisoning the guy and murdering him. And then he's like, I see what you did. And the dude pulls out a fucking gun. It's a shootout. It's dumb. It's a really dumb movie. But just when we're talking about move out scenes, that one has one. I watched it recently. Ever tried to break a bad habit and felt like you're climbing Everest in flip-flops? Yeah, we've been there too. But here's a breath of fresh air. Fume. It's not about giving up, it's about switching up. Fume takes your habit and simply makes it better, healthier, and a whole lot more enjoyable. Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavored air device that does just that. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. Now, when I first saw Fume and learned about it, I didn't know necessarily what to think, but immediately upon holding it, I was struck by how good it feels. Like, it's just weighted so nicely. It's perfectly balanced. And as they said, it's just fun to fidget with. It's a thing you can play with. And as somebody who likes to like fidget and play with things, I thought it was great. And I was also struck by how cool it looked. It's a really awesome design. It feels great. It looks awesome. It's something that you don't need to be embarrassed about using or being seen with in public. Plus, Fume just released a magnetic stand for your Fume, so there's no more losing it around the house. It's built with fidgeting in mind. You can spin your Fume around on it. You can spin it. It's so cool. Start the year off right with the good habit by going to tryfume.com/face and getting the journey pack today. Fume is giving listeners of the show 10% off when they use my code FACE to help make starting the good habit that much easier. But I've had more drama with movies because I wanted to be like Geoff. I wanted to review the film of the year. So I tried to watch The Woman with the Red Lipstick.
Oh!
Geoff, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
It sucked you into a great movie, right?
Well, no, I couldn't see it, but I went through a lot of effort to try. I looked it up. In Canada, it was only apparently available on a platform called like Udo or something like that. Flubo?
Fubu?
Nah, it's a thing where you need a
Fubo?
library card
Fubo
to
TV?
do it. No, I don't think it was Fubo. I think it was like Voodoo.
Okay. Like VUDU?
like VUDU?
Anyway.
Wait, what?
Anyway, you go onto the site and I went to register and it said, you need your library card. And I went, oh, fuck, I don't have a library card. I guess I'll have to sign up for one. And then my local library didn't have one. So I had to lie about which library I'm local to. And I got a temporary online card and I had to go through like several levels of verification. And then I submitted everything and it said, you got to put your birthday in. And so I did that. And then the button that was lit up was clear all info, which deleted everything. And I had to do it again. It was a whole fucking process. And then I finally get there and I tried to rent it and it just said, not available. Sorry, but no copies of this digital works are there. So it's just lying to me. So I still haven't seen it.
Do they have like a finite amount of digital rentals?
I don't know. So I tried renting a different film and it said that, oh, and that reminds me, I need to watch it, I guess, by tomorrow. It expires Thursday night and it returns itself. So I don't know if they were out of copies or if they just never had copies or why it's there, but I tried.
No, they're clearly out of copies because my talking about it has created a run on The Woman with the Red Lipstick globally, and everybody's getting in line to watch it. It makes sense to me.
Sure you mentioned it at the time, but it's based on a true story?
That's what they said in the opening credits. I don't know how true that is.
I would love I want to see it. But
I thought Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, Australian film from the Peter Weir movie from the late 70s, early 80s. If you've never seen it, you should absolutely watch it. It begins by saying this is based on a true story, and I spent my entire life thinking it was a true story, and then I read like 4 years ago, yeah, no, we just put that in because we thought it'd make it look cool. So I don't buy based on a true story anytime. What's that?
They Fargo'd you?
They Fargo'd me, yeah.
That's the only one I could think of. where they did that.
Wasn't Fargo based on a true story? I mean, it was based on the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of the movie that the Zellner brothers made. That was based on the Kumiko. That was based on the woman who thought Fargo was a true story. Yeah.
Yes. You just Amelia Earharted yourself is what you did. You just combined 2 films
Isla Fisher.
into one. Yes.
I hope you get to see it, though. It's a really great movie.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's tough. It's only available in one place. I'd rent it, but it's not even streaming in Canada yet.
Well, if the worst comes to worst, I can stream it here and FaceTime you.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Through my phone. What if anybody's ever done that?
Oh, definitely. 100%. I've seen my favorite one of those was the guy that was illegally Twitch streaming a UFC event, but just holding a controller, pretending that he was playing the UFC game. I think this is categorized as.
That's great.
It's so blatantly not that. It's so funny.
What? Kirk Cameron, though, right?
Kirk Cameron.
When I was a kid, I'm a little older than y'all, so you might not remember this, but when I was a kid, Kirk Cameron was like the coolest kid. He was TV famous. He was the cool teenage guy that, we all looked up to, isn't the right word, but he was like the cool guy on TV that everybody wanted to be like. And then he went like super Christian, I think.
Yes.
It's weird because he was like teen heartthrob. Everybody loved him, height of fame, and then it's one of those things where you just that show disappeared and it never translated into the next thing, and then he just wasn't anymore. What are you laughing at?
Just that picture that Andrew posted.
Oh, I didn't.
He was in Oz, I think, Kirk Cameron, and he played like a priest in that, or maybe I'm mistaking that.
No, you might be right. He had that movie right there, the You Lucky Dog one, and then I remember when that came out. And then he also had one with, I want to say, Dudley Moore, where it was like Freaky Friday, but with people. Not the dog. Dudley Moore, Kirk Cameron.
Was Kirk Cameron not in Oz?
Like Father, like Son. Yeah, I don't think Kirk Cameron's in Oz. Like Father, like Son, where Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron switched roles. And then Kirk Cameron talked to a dog. And maybe it was the roles he was getting after.
Who the fuck was the priest in Oz?
Why don't you know who anyone is today?
I don't know. Jeremiah Cloutier. Who is he? Luke Perry. It was Luke Perry. It wasn't. Fuck. They're kind of the same.
Don't try to justify it. The Susan Sarandon thing already sunk you. This is just another nail in your coffin, bud.
Another name I will get wrong on my coffin. They have similar energy. I don't feel bad about that one.
You think they have similar energy?
I mean, they look kind of the same. They're both heartthrobs.
This is such a song and dance. Gavin, can I rewind a little bit to you?
Sure thing.
You started talking about nightmares, and then your computer fucked up. What were what was up with the nightmares?
Oh, one of them, some woman was chasing me down a dark street, but for some reason I couldn't.
She have cucumbers?
No, it wasn't her. But I couldn't turn around. I could only run backwards. And then I couldn't even look around. And I was like, I'm going to run into something. And she was gaining on me. And she got real close, then I woke up.
Were you scared you were going to have to kick her? Was she small?
No. She was kind of attractive, too. I don't really know why I was so scared. But I just remember I just had to get out of there.
She wearing open-footed shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Was she menacing to you? Did you feel like you were in danger physically?
Yeah, I think she'd been hunting me for most of the dream. Oof. And then she found me.
Huh. I'm surprised it wakes you, you got woken up every time. It's very rare that a nightmare will wake me up now.
And then, and you woke up and you immediately had a full bladder and had to pee. And that, man, I've done a lot of dream interpretation and I don't want to get into it too deeply, but you're fucked.
Pretty
Could
serious,
it be?
Yeah, that's not good.
You're sweating a lot and then your body was absorbing that liquid and then refilling the bladder, maybe?
I don't know. I have been really hot in the night.
Oh no, that too.
Sounds like I'm right. Sounds like I nailed it.
I woke up the other day and I took the ugliest picture of myself because I realized my sleep mask had slipped down my face, and when I pulled it back off, it pushed all of my mustache hair up my nose.
Oh no!
my god!
That's
Imagine what his asshole looked like when it got waxed.
it looks like you're just breathing. You're breathing beard.
It looks like I've got a severe nose hair problem.
That doesn't make you create like you don't trim the length of your mustache part. Like I can't stand that. If like
What do you mean?
a mustache hair like tickles my nose, I like cut it. I have to keep.
Well,
I have
there
to
wouldn't be
keep it
anything on
short.
my lip. Like if I push up on all that hair, of course it's going to go in my nose. Wouldn't it for anyone?
No,
I mean, there's some smaller noses out there, I guess.
I'll be honest. I'm
Yeah,
having trouble
some.
getting the hair up to the
right.
I think
Me
it-
too.
You
Might
can't
be a
just like
positioning
push
thing.
from your lip. Just push it into your nostrils.
not in a way
Not-
that it would come even close to staying.
Not like that.
No,
Wow.
no. I think that's a you thing. It looks like a spigot somebody turned on and it's hair coming out instead of water.
It looks like it's dispensing my beard.
Yeah.
It's a horror show.
Gracie says that is so disturbing.
It is. You look like
I mean,
you're
it's-
generating.
This is coming from the British Jackal who sent us that tub photo last episode.
But that is like 99% just my normal face, Gracie.
Your nose looks like it's generating the walkie-talkie man video.
Yeah, it is your normal face, but you don't normally have that faucet of hair going.
Okay, Gavin, how long does it take for you to fill a beard with that nostril flow of hair? Is it
I got a
4
4-minute
minutes?
face.
You got a 4-minute face?
You got a 4-minute beard. Do you have a lot of nightmares, Gav, or is this a new thing?
It's pretty new.
Do you often remember them when you have them?
Yeah, if they wake me up. I feel like they typically do wake me up because it's always as I'm getting pounced on or murdered.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying, Andrew, that you just sit there and get murdered and don't wake up?
Yeah, I do.
Andrew, in his dream, his ankle hurts. He's like, nah, I can't go anywhere.
I typically just reset the dream after that happens.
Oh.
I don't know if I talked about
Maybe because people say if you die in a dream, you die in real life. Maybe you're just maybe that you dies in the dream, and then you just go to a new timeline.
Maybe. That might be the best people say I've ever heard. People say if you die in a dream, you die for real.
They do.
What people?
The people that say those things.
I've heard if you die in the game, you die for real.
I've heard that too.
I don't think I've heard if you die in the dream.
Well,
I
I'm
guess,
a little bit older
Freddy
than you.
Krueger. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a good
I
call.
always thought it made sense that if you die in the Matrix, you died in your chair plugged into the Matrix. But I never understood how he got like a bloody lip.
Mm.
He probably bumped it on something. He's thrashing around. Maybe bit it.
He could have bit it, I guess.
You ever see the footage of when they shut down the Matrix MMO? What happened with all the people?
No,
animated
Matrix Online?
I remember the mess
it's
of
so
that
bad.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a great clip of when they shut down the servers, they had everybody die within the universe and they like fold into themselves. They like crumble. They like ball up. Which
So
I
it's
don't
like
think is a
footage
thing.
of a bunch of people keeling over.
Yes. If
Like
I
they're
don't know.
eaten by their own assholes kind of thing.
Let me see if I can find it. If Eric could on YouTube.
I've got it. Hang on.
It's insane. It is very disturbing.
That should be timestamped as well. 54 seconds.
Gonna hit play. Look at
I'm gonna play.
that.
Oh Lord.
That's how that game ended.
Oh
Everyone
my
got forced into that position.
God. Oh, ew. Was that, and then they made it to do that, or that's just how
Yes.
it happened?
That's how they, I think, program. I assume that was intentional.
And what are the exclamation points? Are those people still alive?
I don't know.
Just twisted and to horrific.
Because that's not
shapes?
even in the Matrix, right? Like that's not a thing that happens in any of those movies. I don't
No,
think.
not that. Those they turned those people into pretzels.
The Matrix games did some weird shit. In
That
great
reminded
ways.
me of The Sims when people got in a fight. You
Yeah?
could like delete the cloud that was covering them, and they would kind of look like that.
I
There's
think
like
it's.
two people still alive standing there looking at all their dead friends.
I think it's the Path and Neo game where when you get to the last boss fight, it just stops the fight and a blue and pink cube come out representing the Wachowskis, and they just say to you, yeah, this is not at all how the story is going to go in the movie, but the movie ending would be boring for a game, so we've just designed this fight for the game specifically. Like, they explain the narrative of it, and then they resume you back into the Matrix. Very weird.
The Matrix
And
always
you
had pretty
fight-
cool outside of movie stuff.
And then you fight a giant Agent Smith.
Agent Smith made out
What the
of buildings and cars and stuff. It's so dumb. And I think it's great that they just went, I don't give a fuck about this. It doesn't matter.
And they're right, because it is
like a what was that game where you roll around a ball and pick stuff up?
Katamari.
Katamari. Yeah. So it's like a Katamari Agent Smith.
Yeah, essentially.
Huh.
It's what they interpreted as what video game people would want. And I think that's great.
It's nice they were honest about it. And you know.
It's the only game that I've ever played where they stopped the game to explain to you why you're about to do the thing. Like in a way of talking to you as the player. What are those ants?
It's like a big
Yeah,
ant.
you also fight giant fire ants. Yeah, it's not like a good game. It's just sort of like they went, this is fucking stupid. Let's just do this.
I feel like
So
this
they
is a
did it.
game Eric remembers very well.
No, I just remember it's stuff like that in like the Fight Club video game where you can be like Fred Durst and Abe Lincoln and stuff. Like, like just weird video game shit is a lot of fun.
What was the Matrix game where you played as like Ghost and Niobe, and there was like a hacking thing?
I think
It was like a parallel to the second movie.
Evolutions, I want to say, or Revolutions.
That was the third movie.
It's something.
That was
There's a,
Assassin's Creed game. Revelations.
It was
Are
actually
you
a fun
thinking
game.
about
Was
Assassin's Creed? Maybe were
was
you
it
wearing a
Enter the
cape?
Matrix?
Enter
Oh,
the
that
Matrix,
sounds
that
right.
was
Yeah,
it.
it's just Enter the Matrix. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember liking that.
It's
I mean,
just
it
all
was
bullet
like-
time.
yeah, exactly. Which is cool. It's all the cool things, and then.
But
you
also
don't have
they
to fight
they like
ants.
shot stuff for it at the same time they shot the movie, which must have been so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yes.
Maybe someday, if we ever are in a company that plays video games, we could go back and visit those games and run through them. I have zero memory of that.
They're great games.
Did you play it?
I probably did. At that time, it was like there were so many video games, and we had access to so many video games, and you were playing everything for like an hour back in those days. I feel like a lot of stuff didn't stick with me because we were burning through so much shit.
I don't know that this is a super rich vein to tap here as we're getting kind of like close to time and everything, but Gracie said that she's never had Deja Vu and it pisses her off.
What?
You've never had Deja Vu?
No, never.
Have you just not been alive long
Actually drives me crazy. I don't know.
Do you think?
Long enough.
I looked up why some people don't have it. And it says that my brain is actually functioning more normally than everyone else's for a longer
Sure.
period of time.
Yeah.
Do
you know the shared common experience that we all have that you don't? Yeah. You're more normal
Right.
than us.
Do
Yeah.
you by any chance have difficulty with captchas?
No.
Are you a robot?
Yes.
What is the youngest anyone's had deja vu?
I mean, I definitely had it as a kid.
Yeah,
I remember having it at like 9 years old and thinking it was like the craziest feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even know what the feeling is. Like everyone tries to describe it to me. And I can't wrap my mind around it because I've never had it.
Maybe you do have it, but it feels differently to you, and you just don't recognize it as that. You think it's something else. Like you're like, oh, I'm hungry again, but it's really deja vu.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? We never
I don't
figured
know.
out how long Gracie's tub fills for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, that's a good call.
Okay, so now y'all are trying to induce it.
But I
Yeah,
assume
she's-
that's what it would feel like.
She's definitely a robot. That's all that is.
The most normal one of us all. Thank you, Eric, for posting.
There she is.
The British Jackal.
The British Jackal.
There she is.
The funniest picture. She's like mad about it.
It's like everybody's turning in photos of their hair going up their nose today.
I
Yeah.
I can't believe no one else could do that. It can't be true.
I just told you specifically I trim my mustache so it doesn't do that.
That's why you trim it?
Yes.
I've never had that happen in my life. I've had like a hair go up my nose one time and it tickles and you're like, oh, get rid of that. But I've never had a problem where all my hairs got sucked up into my nostrils and then stayed there long enough to take a photo.
That's never happened to me before. I just happened to push it all up there by accident with the eye mask.
I can't push mine up like that. I'm sorry. I'd love to be on your side right now.
Gracie had to leave early, and she said, "Okay, I have to leave. Don't talk about cum."
I don't think
Now
she'd
we
want
have
you
to.
I mean, that's
Terrible.
yeah. I feel like
Oh shit, guys! It's raining.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's supposed to be. There's thunderstorms coming for like the next like 2 hours.
Yeah, I just heard one roll through. If you hear any,
Is your
thunders.
dog afraid of thunder or not?
Find out. I don't think so. I don't think my dog gives a shit. My dog's pretty chill.
Would you rather it rained syrup or cum?
God damn it.
Dude, syrup. I
Yeah,
love
why would-
syrup.
Hang on. Gavin,
What's the?
Gavin, make your choice.
Syrup or cum?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well,
This
if
is
it's
taking-
gonna rain,
You're already fucked, Gavin. It took way too long for you to answer.
Yeah.
The answer was quick and easy.
Yeah.
syrup or cum?
Syrup, right?
No. It's too late. Yeah, no, you don't even know. You
What
don't
do you
syrup
mean
right.
right? What do you mean right?
What do you put on your pancakes?
Oh, you don't want to know. I'm singing in the rain.
Oh man.
Gavin, cloudy with a chance of cum.
No umbrella for me.
Cloudy with a chance of my balls.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
We've got to pay Gracie to stay
I
the full
want to know. Have you ever seen the cum?
Oh, fuck.
The next line is coming down.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, Gracie has to be here all the time more often because this is not good.
I still can't get over that picture. That's the weirdest choice.
We should talk about it some more. Why did she do that? There was an easy way to do this whole thing. There's an easy way to do this whole thing. It's the weirdest photo.
She
Why
looks
did she do
so
that?
troubled. It's like aggressively troubled.
Oh my god.
I want to put it on a shirt, but we don't. We can't. We can't. There's
Why?
no shirt to put it on because
Oh,
by
yeah.
the time this is all out and done or whatever, like we can't do this. There's nothing. There's no shop to put it in.
Here's what we do. When we start the new thing, at some point there'll be merch, right? We'll Taylor Swift this photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got to put the British Jackal in the regulation vault.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
It's got to get locked.
100%.
I mean,
Oh, man.
we've turned around some print on demands pretty fast.
Yeah, but
This ain't
Yeah,
happening. We're
but
not, the print on demand.
I think that our last sale at the time of the recording,
Oh,
it's like the 27th. The 29th is our last sale ever, and they're shutting down. Like I think they're fire sailing everything like on the 1st.
And
I
they'll
think
play-
April 1st, they're stopping print on demand stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So by the time this is out, which will be what, 2 weeks, like the April 10th or whatever when this comes out, like it'll be long done. Sorry.
What happened to all them clocks?
I think they got put back in the store and then bought by other
Oh,
people.
nice.
I got about
Yeah, I think
600 of them propping up the left side of my house right now.
Oh man.
Okay, remember that line, Geoff, and then say it next time you see Nick in person. Because that was a good one. That got a good reaction.
All right. Everybody excited about I'm going to date this recording, but is everybody excited about the baseball season starting tomorrow?
Yeah.
Baseball season starting tomorrow?
That was an interesting response from Nick. Yeah. Opening day is tomorrow.
The Phillies game was already delayed, Geoff.
Was it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, the every team was supposed to play tomorrow. It was going to be like a big kickoff for baseball,
Yeah.
and they had to delay some games.
Yep.
For weather or what?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
What was on the weather report?
You don't want to know. It's coming down. It's bad.
They say don't look up.
Oh my god.
Trying to catch a cum angel with my tongue. I just need to know.
Well, I'm going to be making hot dogs and watching baseball, the American pastime. It brought us the likes of Pedro Martinez and Don Zimmer. I'm going to continue
Legends.
in the pastiche, the rich tradition of the all-American sport of baseball. Hot dogs and Cracker Jacks. The old ball game.
What about peanuts? Peanuts have to be in the mix, right?
I'll have some peanuts.
Any other things in that song?
Stop trying to camouflage everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I
No,
agree. I think
I'm just saying
Gavin's
those
just trying to
fruits.
run out the clock here. He's smart.
Nick is losing it in this episode.
I have a question for everybody.
Okay.
I was thinking about, you know how like you have subscription, everything's a subscription service now. And you have subscription services you forget that you're even paying for sometimes. Like, Gavin, you had Xbox Live for like a year on a wrong account.
3 years, but
3
yeah.
years, yeah.
At full price.
Well, listen, I was trying to do you a favor. If you viewed every part of your body, if it was every part was a subscription service, are there things you would unsubscribe to?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are you unsubscribing to, Geoff?
My butthole.
So you would just continue to
So
fill
you
with
just
waste?
store shit?
I just wouldn't poop anymore because you wouldn't need it.
You're not going to eat? You don't eat because of your butt.
In this magic world where I can
No.
opt out of having parts of my body, I'm opting out of collecting
Listen,
waste at the same time.
The world is not that magical.
I would opt out of like my ring finger maybe on one hand if it was expensive and I could do without it.
I'm getting rid of my pinkies. I'm not paying for those. Don't
Oh,
need
you
them.
need a pinky.
Why do I need a pinky?
You need the end ones.
You'll find out real fast.
They're like bookends for the rest of your fingers.
You think the pinky is more?
where are you
important
going
than
to grow a
the fingernail?
cocaine nail?
Yeah, how are you going to dig a little tiny bit of earwax out of your ear?
I got small hands. I can use any finger for that. I'm all good.
How are you going to count to 5?
Oh fuck. Well, I got 2 hands. It's really 10 would be the problem.
How are you going to type an L?
I don't think I use. No, I don't. No.
How
Oh,
are
you-
you going to tab or shift?
I don't do shift already.
How do you run in a video game?
My thumbs. What do you mean?
Well, he claws it. He's the weird claw.
Well, I mean,
You
on the keyboard.
use your pinky to hit all your buttons on the right side.
No, I don't.
What do you use?
I use my middle finger. My middle finger covers my bumper and my right trigger.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And then my
Okay,
next
so
finger
how
covers
much-
the buttons?
money would you have to save to warrant losing the little fingers?
Honestly, $3 each. And they're gone. They're both gone.
So you would make $6 a month and not have fingers?
Well, okay.
That won't even buy you an extra value meal at McDonald's.
That's pointless.
No. Hear me out.
I'll give you $300. Let's chop them off, man.
You
Let's do it.
you can resubscribe in this world. I'm saying that I think I'd be willing to drop the subscription for that. If I'm
All
wrong,
right, I'll unsubscribe
I'd circle
from
back
everything
around.
below my neck at night.
well, you would die.
Uh,
Those are
I
vital
guess
organs.
Okay, can I be like the RoboCop remake where I'm just like a spine and like one lung?
I
Can you-
guess if you can
Could you
figure
go
that
the
out.
other way? Could you subscribe to extra shit? Like, could I have extra fingers if I wanted to?
Now we're
Oh.
talking. I'm into this.
I'm putting a cock on my back.
Like, yeah, could I pay like an extra $13 to have 3 elbows or something?
Sure. Why
You
not?
would want more elbows?
I want a
Dude.
prehensile tail.
I would want more elbows if I was going to be like a UFC fighter.
Would it go on like the forearm side or on the bicep side?
I think it would go on top of the other elbow,
What?
What?
like elbow stacking.
On both sides.
So you would just have like a growth on your elbow?
Really
It wouldn't hinge anything.
It would be so strong and hard you could fucking whap people with it. So it'd be awesome.
You're just talking about an upgrade. You're not talking about like an addition.
No, it is an addition. It's two.
Oh,
They're just
jeez.
stacked on top of each other. Take me off at 200%.
Yeah, get him off 200%. Come on.
I wish I could rent extra fingers right now to flip you off with.
Yeah, but I wouldn't recognize it as the middle finger.
Yeah, you would. How would that work?
You would have
stack 'em.
side fingers
It would have to be one middle finger coming out of your forehead, and that would probably do it.
That's totally
in
fine.
the shape.
I think you would have to have all the 5 fingers that they are, and then like where your middle finger is, a finger on your palm, and then a finger on the back of your hand. And so when you bend them all down, you have one true middle finger, and it's very powerful.
I could do that, but I could also put it on my forehead, and it could be my fuck unicorn.
What do you think is the least, like the part you could get rid of and not notice the most?
Appendix.
Oh, that's true.
Could I get a
that's good point.
second blood?
A second blood?
Like, imagine a pouch on my back that contains a human body's worth of blood that I can just sub
You
in.
want a blood bag on your back?
Yeah, so I can just give myself a transfusion if I need it.
Just in the rare case you need it, or is it so you can do like drugs and then pass a test?
No, it'd be like a backup fuel tank.
Oh,
Like I could just switch a thing and it would just start pumping in if my blood goes bad.
I'd rather, instead of that, I'd rather have a backup bladder on my back. So if I get caught out somewhere and it's hard, I can't piss, I could just dump all the pee into the backup bladder and then clear out my first bladder.
It would suck if you took a baseball to the back though and your bladder exploded all over your face.
What would
I
be
was
worse,
thinking about
getting
that.
covered in your old piss or getting covered in your extra blood if your blood bag popped? It'd be gross either way.
I'd rather be covered in blood than piss.
I guess
Is
if it's
my
my
blood?
blood,
So
I
how
don't know, dude.
inflated
I'd be
is
pretty
this
fucking
blood
scared
bag?
if I was covered in my blood.
I mean, piss is piss though.
Piss is supposed to be on the outside. Blood's supposed to be on the inside. I think I like to fucking take a shower and get the piss off. If I take a shower and get the blood off, I'm like, don't go down the drain. I still need that blood.
Well, you could remake it. You generate new blood. You could just start refilling it
Very
again.
slowly you generate blood. Way slower than you generate piss.
No, a week later I'd have a full blood bag again.
It's probably 2 weeks. I don't think
2
you-
weeks?
I don't think you're generating that much blood that quickly.
So
How long does it take to generate a body's worth of blood? Hold on a second. How
No one ever
long
generates
does-
from zero blood. Probably need blood to
Yeah,
start
but-
generating blood.
I'm sure they've got a math equation.
are you telling me that Mark Hominick didn't have a hematoma? He was just storing a blood bag. He had a second blood bag ready to go.
Oh my God! Fuck! I forgot about that.
How long does it take for the body to make new blood? If you donate a pint of blood, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to complete replacement.
Oh my God!
Shit. Didn't they, who was it? George Washington? They just like sucked 4
Can you
pints of his
visualize
blood
him
out
now?
or something? Didn't they like let a bunch of blood?
Was that because he chopped down a cherry tree, right? That was his punishment?
I don't know.
That's fucking, who can remember American history, right? Confusing.
I just remember like doctors used to kill presidents a lot. Like one president got shot and then they killed him by like rummaging around with their bare hands in his gut.
I mean, it wasn't just president. Those were the good doctors, by the way. Doctors killed a lot of people a lot back in the old days. It was a lot of like, well, let's see what this does.
I always think about the drunk history for when on the one about the president who had the least like longest run. I think he died in 28 days and he got sick. He got like a cold and like pneumonia. And the clip of him just going, and the doctors didn't know anything. And so they just threw leeches and snakes on him. Just let them bite you. It'll make you feel better. That is in my head, the old timey doctor. Just throwing snakes on people.
That was the way. And they also didn't believe in anything that was like invisible, like microbes and bacteria.
Yeah, it was William Harry Anderson.
If I'm ill and the solution is for a snake to bite me better, I need you guys to kill me in the room on the spot.
What if the snake is in my mouth and I bite you? And then while I'm biting you, the snake bites you, so you never see the snake.
Oh, like a
No.
xenomorph?
No, I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't. The knowledge alone of even the idea of a snake, the idea that a snake exists is bad enough. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
What if Gavin subscribes to the life-saving thing the snake has, and then he bites you snake style.
I'll
so that way,
subscribe to some glands and a fang.
yeah,
Yeah, I can do that.
you can do that. Okay,
I can
so
do that.
Gavin Snake is
If it's Gavin
a
biting me
possibility.
and not a snake mouth, I can do it.
Where am I biting you, though?
yeah.
It's going to have
Go
to
ahead
be
and
on my
pick.
wiener. It's the only way to
really?
save me.
I would say it's the ass because it's so fleshy, but I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's
English
either the
text
ass.
message.
It's either the ass or the wiener.
Have you guys thought about that?
No,
you're gonna
end.
have
We have to end.
No.
We have to go. Gavin
I
has
would
to
have
go.
been done if you didn't interrupt. I would have been finished.
I don't believe that
I
at
was
all. Not
6
for a
words
fucking.
away.
It's been
All right,
200
Andrew,
episodes, Andrew.
six
No
more words.
fucking shot.
Here's your final 6 words. Take us out, Andrew.
Go fuck yourself, Eric.
It's only 5 words. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. And once again, the boys are behind schedule, so with only a few episodes left, here are more predictions. Geoff had secrets in the store. We have our first graded Panton Gym Mint 10. Gavin made a Gracie meme. We have a new favorite sport. Did Nick wear the monkey mask? Who didn't survive the eclipse? And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.